Oregon and Iowa. What can we expect from Oregon? Are we off of Oregon? Are we done with Oregon? Is that the narrative that we need to have a conversation about? We have an Iowa program where the vibes are high. Iowa continues in their month of October, putting up points and points and points. An Iowa team putting up points, mind you. If maybe you're not a longtime college football fan, maybe you're tuning in just for 2025. Let me give you the story of Iowa football for over a decade at this point, maybe even longer. Iowa plays damn good defense. This team is a defensive identity through and through as a program. Iowa's never going to blitz you in terms of offensive thrashings. They're not going to be a team that's sitting there in a spread look, motioning guys around. That's not Iowa football. Iowa is grit and grind, run the damn ball, and play some damn good defense. And the best way I could articulate it, not even into just offense, defense, special teams, if you want to lose the game, Iowa will take it from you. What do I mean by that? If you make a mistake and you leave the game in the air, Iowa's not a football team that's just going to let it walk past them. Very similar to Florida, where Florida for early parts of 2025, the game was right there for them to take. USF is a great example, if you remember that game, where Florida did not have an identity with Billy Napier to take the game that's right there for them to take. Iowa's not like that. Iowa will take the game if you let them. It's what makes them so consistent. Their floor is at high every single year. And the difference between the Iowas of the past is the fact that they can run the ball pretty effectively this year, and their offense is somewhat competent. Now, do not talk about passing offense with them. They're in the hundreds for a reason. They'll always be in the hundreds, but they're top 15 points per game. And the vibes are high there. They have 2 losses on the season. I believe a 3-point loss to Iowa State, and I cannot remember who else they lost to. But it's only one conference loss. If they win out, they should make the college football playoff. Now, it's a difficult road. We're obviously talking about number 9 Oregon. We're talking about them potentially traveling to USC, but this is their first step. This is their opportunity. If they want to step into that top 12 and be taken serious as a college football playoff contender, this is the game that you win. If you lose, vibes are out the window. You probably lose to USC. You end the year 8-4 more than likely. This game's interesting for a lot of different reasons. Because we talk about the vibes being high with Iowa. The vibes with Oregon are not. You don't really know what to expect from Oregon right now. They're number 9 based on the merit that they beat Penn State. And I get that. I frankly hold that higher than probably the median of most people looking back at that Penn State win at night, whiteout game. If you crystallize even 55% of that game, I still think it holds on to some value, but I think to the greater college football public, they see it as a 5-loss Penn State team, and you struggle to beat them in overtime. If you want to go down that path, we can. Oregon doesn't have a signature win in most people's eyes. Okay. You don't really know what their identity is. They can run the ball really well, but I think a lot of people that play college football 26 thinks this is just a traditional Oregon team that can throw the ball all over the place. They have Dante Moore, potential top 5 pick. They have DeCorian Moore, incredibly dynamic freshman. But they don't have any kind of step up to the moment against a team that a lot of people agree is good. And this is the type of game, if we were to talk about what to expect from Iowa and Oregon, because we set the stage. We've talked about both of these teams, right? There is a factor that will bake into Iowa. And I want you to really remember the point I was talking about. If this game is left up in the air, that Iowa will take it. Remember that point for me. This game's going to be gross. This game is going to be gross, not because of the play style on the field. It's going to be aided by the fact that this is going to be ugly weather. Rainy, cold, wind. This is going to be Big Ten football, baby. We are in that type of year. We're in that part of the year, better said. And so if Oregon comes out slow, and they were in a gross rock fight against, if I'm remembering, Wisconsin, who just recently announced Luke Fickell will be their head coach, which Frankly, we could talk about that later. They lost to Indiana, got pummeled against a very good Indiana team at home. And then they went into their bye. And you're kind of sitting there going, what do we have with Oregon? I don't think anyone can really answer that. What do we have with Oregon? And so if they come out lethargic, Iowa, in that gross game, it bakes into what they want to play. Tough, hard-nosed defense, run the damn ball, and let the other team make a mistake because we're going to take it. The reason why I'm picking Oregon, because everything is set up towards an Iowa win, is for a couple different reasons. A, I don't think Iowa, and they've rarely ever been able to step up to the moment in this sense, but I don't think Iowa scales to these larger talent rosters. Oregon still has all this talent in the world. It didn't just disappear overnight. Yeah, the Penn State loss didn't age well. They got smacked around by Indiana. I get it. It was a rainy, gross game against Wisconsin. That talent didn't just disappear. I am fully in the belief, and I'm fully fine being in front of this camera Sunday night saying I was wrong. But I think the best football for Oregon is still to come, to be played in this month or even in the college football playoff. This is an Oregon team that I think is looking for a reason to prove itself, not only to themselves, but to the national stage. This game screams to me a reminder of who Oregon is, even when they're going on the road to Iowa in gross weather. It doesn't have to be a 42-10 blowout. It needs to be domination from 4 quarters from a better talent roster. A game that they're not going to leave to any kind of ambiguity on who's going to potentially take the one today. It's going to be an Oregon domination, in my opinion. The line's weird. I don't care. The analytics point to Iowa being in a really good position to pull off the upset. I don't care. I'm trusting Dan Lanning, who will take every bit of motivation that you give him, and I'm sure he's feeling a little bit of disrespect for how they are talking about this game, regardless of the weather. So I'm picking Oregon in a slugfest. I'm picking Oregon to win. I'm not expecting Iowa to score a lot of points, per usual. Oregon to win 31-7. A blowout. I'm willing to be wrong on this one.